Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Building with Sausage. This is Mythical Sausage here. Hello, what is up? How is everybody doing? Man, today we're in for a really cool video. I've been getting a lot of people asking me to show them how to make custom paths in Minecraft. So I went ahead and I made 5 really cool ones that I love and I'll show you guys how we did them. So let's flip, let me show you. Let's go with the first one right behind us right here. So this one is my go-to path right here. So really simple. This could be done in mostly every biome really, but this is really like for like plains, forest biomes. You can use this really on almost every one of them, but this is like my favorite style of path. So usually I go with the traditional, just lay some path block down. So just get a shovel, right click it, blah blah, you make this thing look very awesome, and try to make your paths with a little bit of purpose. If you see a tree there, don't just knock the tree down to make a straight line. Try to do a little bit of a curve to it, change the way your terrain goes, and just, if anything, if you do see a lot of straight lines, just break them up a little bit. So this is what I like doing. I like doing little nice curved paths, put a little bit of life in the area between the path and let's say a tree. Things that I like doing also is playing around with these trees a little bit. If anything, you know, there's no roots in Minecraft trees, so add some roots. Pop out some of these bark blocks that we have right now, the logs, and just spread it out. Like this is oak, I put a little block right here for roots, a little more right here. I give it a bigger base, and that adds a lot when you see a path. When you're going through a path, you can even throw a little bit right here like we did into this path. So that really helps a lot. Another thing that I like doing is in between the path blockage right here, so left and right of the path, I like adding a little bit of detail, not just regular grass, but add some stuff. I added some coarse dirt, I added a little bit of gravel, a little bit of brown concrete powder does a lovely thing, and also a little bit of foliage right here. Add some bushes, add a little bit of flower action, and spread it out. Add some tall grass, maybe a little bit of small grass, vary it around in different areas. Throw in a little bit of stone buttons on the floor, looks like little rocks, and I just make it look very worn down, lived in. Actually, trampled is another good word. Make sure that this area is covered up with good stuff that your eyes can be drawn to the left, to the right. Your whole peripheral vision is taken up by a bunch of cool stuff. I would add also maybe a couple little fence posts around the side, to the left or right of the path, and this does a lot to your path right here. So that one is this is my favorite. This is my go-to path right here. Oh, another little thing too. If you do have trees and you have the ability to get some podzol, throw some podzol underneath the tree. I wouldn't spam podzol just everywhere. Best place to put podzol right under trees, because these are technically a bunch of dead leaves that fell from the tree. So I would put some podzol in scattered spots underneath your tree too, and that makes your path look even better when you're walking down. So that's path number 1. Hopefully you guys like that one. Now onward to path number 2. Now this is usually for like desert builds, of course. It looks like a desert to me, but I like to add a little life to my desert, add a little variation. So number 1 thing that I like doing whenever I'm gonna do a path here in a desert is, you know, you're gonna mix in the sand together with your blocks. So what I like doing is, you see this is a sand, and I like mixing also a little bit of the sandstone. So mix that in. It looks very similar together, but it smooths it out, so you know that that's an area that gets walked by a lot more. So I would put some birch also. Man, who would have thought, but birch looks pretty good with desert. So some mix in the sand with the sandstone tops like that, smooth sandstone, little bit of birch, and then also move your path along, adding little bits also of some stairs inside. You get a little bit of a dip down in there, a little bit here. Some birch pressure plates also look kind of cool. I really do like that. And then also, since we don't have a way, like we're gonna see in a minute with snow, you don't have snow layers for sand. I would love sand layers. Imagine if we could do with snow, but with sand, I wouldn't have to do stuff like this. So we're doing some slabs of sandstone, some stairs of sandstone, and we're just piling up a little bit of sand in certain spots along the path like this. Looks very cool. Adding some dead bush, adding a little bit of coarse dirt. Also, you break up all that sand a little bit. Love adding some regular dirt, coarse dirt down there. Also, a little bit of gravel popped in here and there also makes it look very cool. And just to add a little bit of life, I might add a couple grass blocks in certain places. Also, Man, cactus. I love me some cactus. So if you don't want it to go a full 3, over here I put a little bit of a string just so you can hold that down, so you can have different variations of sand. Of cactus around the sand. So that also helps a lot. And then adding a little bit of tree, and this is a cool little custom type tree I did with some jungle fence gate, and a little bit of these lovely bushes. And we are using, actually I forgot to mention, we're using the better foliage, what is this, leaf add-on? What is this? This is a leaf add-on for better leaves that we have from our boy Germsy Boy. So if you guys want to check this out, I'm going to put a link in the description. It gives you a little bit of a better foliage for this. You don't want those completely blocky bushes. This is actually just changes the game, makes it look a lot better. So I like adding a couple of these trees also along the path, just to draw your eye to the left and the right, make it look a little cooler. The path is great, but when you add a couple of little things around it, it makes it look a lot better. So there you go. That's my desert path. Now on to the next one. This is for your little snowy mountains, snowy village biomes, and this is the way I like doing these and actually messing with the terrain a little bit. So I added like a little plank here. This is like an iced out lake or something, so it's really cool. But what I like doing when these snow locations, I like digging down a little bit, maybe 1 block, maybe 2 blocks, and then giving it almost like a little trench when it comes to these snow areas, and then pile on the snow to the left, to the right of these paths. Throw a little snow into the path too, because you know it kind of like blew in. But I like adding some coarse dirt, some brown concrete, a little bit of spruce and some strip spruce, and that helps a lot with just breaking this up, making it look a little dead. It used to be a nice terrain. It used to be, maybe at one point, it used to be a lot of grass. It used to be very green, but everything got browned out and died. So adding a little gravel also helped with this path as well. But also, you know what I like doing? What I like mixing in with our snow locations. Blue ice looks fantastic. A little bit of diorite. It kind of looks like dirty snow. Also bird poop, but dirty snow. In this case, a little bit of cobblestone also helps, some cobble walls, and just pile on the snow layers in different levels. Makes it look a lot cooler. There you go. Look at that, cool. And then zigzagging all the way down. So that looks cool. And this is our snow path. I like it. I like doing these. These snow paths are a lot of fun. Now, on to the next one. This one is our Mesa location, and this is our Mesa path right here. So Mesa, you got a lot of these awesome little structures here. So these are very cool. I forgot what it's called. It's a specific biome that has spikes, Mesa spikes. If you guys remember what that is, let me know in the comments. I forgot the name, but I try to recreate it as best as I could. So for these areas, I also like digging down a little bit when you have these really tall spikes of Mesa surrounding you. So I like also digging down a little bit, modifying the path so when you look up, you have it feeling a little bit taller. You kind of feel shorter walking through these paths. So adding details here, since there's a lot of red sand, I like mixing in the red sand with red sandstone. So little dips down with red sandstone slab, red sandstone stairs. I like mixing in a little bit of that mushroom block, which you could use right now. So good. Some dirt, some coarse dirt, a little bit more of that brown concrete, and a lot of acacia. Mixing the acacia, it actually blends in perfectly with all the red sandstone. Looks very cool. So adding these details also help a lot. And then you know what? I love mixing in a little bit of the dead coral. Dead coral looks awesome. Put a couple up here on the top, put some on the bottom, add this beautiful bush right here. This is actually the birch bush. It's so cool. It looks really cool. I wish this was actually defaulted in Minecraft birch or just in any Minecraft tree to have some leaves that are just not green. We have some fall colors coming down, so this looks very cool like that. I don't know, I like it. It looks kind of dead, and we mix it in with some dead bushes. It looks awesome with a Mesa setting. So there you go. This is the path I got for a Mesa. Now let's go on to the next one. This is the last one and my all-time favorite types of paths. A lot of people know about this one, but I had to bring it in to my list of favorite paths. This is the path you're going to be using whenever you're in a medieval town, a castle, a keep, a town square, in a medieval-like village or something like that. So this is just the way I do it, mixing in cobble, stone, regular stone, smooth stone, stone brick, gravel, mixing in a random pattern, just random, and then covering it all up from beginning to end. And if you have any one of these gates, small gates, entries like this, a little cool thing you could do on the edges would be putting maybe some, this is polished andesite, on every other one, throwing up a little bit of a wall here with some slabs on top, some walls in between. And this is the path that is the go-to path when it comes to medieval towns, and it looks very cool, very beat up, very run down. You can even throw, if you want, you can even throw a little bit of stairs too. If you really want to break it up even more, if you want to break it up even more than this, you can even dip down in there and even go down deeper like that if you really want to beat it up. So that's another option if you want to destroy this area, maybe even add more gravel because you know it's been wasted for so long. So something like this if you really want to go even hardcore into the beating up of these paths. But there you go, that's top 5 different paths you can do in Minecraft. Let me know if there's any other types of paths you want me to try out in different biomes. There could be so many other ones that we could try. Maybe we can have another top 5 coming along very, very soon after this one. But man, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I can give you a little bit of inspiration when you're doing paths in your world. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.